Welcome back. In my last video I mentioned that I had a feeling that the spawn rates I was getting in the worlds I was spawning to see whether I wanted to play them were not as high as in previous worlds. I had a really interesting response from all of you. Some of you felt the same, that the spawn rates were low. Some of you said no, it's perfectly fine, you just need to look more carefully or travel further. I reached out to Tyron and he very kindly ran a test world for me, and he made sure that all the copper that spawned on the surface showed up in pink, and he had a good look at it and said no, the spawn rates are fine. So in fact my feeling on that was wrong. I think it's just the luck of the draw. You'll remember that the last world I was in, I said I thought the spawn rates were low, and I was in a limestone desert, which doesn't spawn copper anyway, I know, but it didn't spawn malachite either. And then I went into a basalt desert, which did spawn copper, though not as much as I'd expected. I ran that world again. I used exactly the same settings and the same seed. I made one change, and that was in multiplayer. I turned off the classes. I don't think that affects it at all, but nonetheless that was the only change I made. And the world spawned again, obviously not quite the same because they spawn just slightly differently, but the spawn rates were fantastic. There was absolutely no problem at all. So I think it is just the luck of the draw. And what I will say is, if you find a world that you like but the spawn rates seem exceptionally low, just use exactly the same settings, spawn the world again, and I think next time luck will be on your side. I'm glad I mentioned it, because when you have that sort of feeling in the back of your mind, and other people have this feeling too, if you reach out to the developers as I did, and they will run a test world just for you to ease your mind, that to me shows the absolute quality of the developers we have. And it does show that sometimes one's gut feeling and superstitions are wrong, but I'll tell you something else. If I do get that feeling again, I'm going to rerun that world before I get too far into it. Thank you all for your amazing support. I love the fact that you all chip in. We get so many comments and discussions going. It's really fantastic. Thank you all so much. May I take this opportunity to wish you a very, very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And to all those who've subscribed to me this year, a very special thank you. I am within one subscriber of 4,000 subs, which for a small channel like mine, where I don't advertise much and I don't push myself much, it's really, really good to have reached that level. Thank you all so, so much. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Bye bye, my friends.